Good evening. This is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. And I am Julden Yai. Thanks for joining us. Here are the main news headlines. A high-powered Sierra Leonean delegation, which is in the Gambia to witness the historic launch of the country's first and only 5G network by Councilors Gambia, has praised the chairman of the Q Group, Mohamed Jah, for contributing to the advancement of the sub-region. And the new chairman of the Kerewan Area Council and his councillors was sworn in on Thursday to take up their new positions at the Kerewan Area Council. And the National Nutrition Agency, NANA, recently organized a 2-day training in the Upper River region for the Social Safety Net Project Committee, Steering Committee on the Nafa project. And in international news, a group of second-hand clothes dealers in Ghana are calling on Europe to take on stance against the vast dumping of textiles in their country. And in sports news, the Gambia Special Olympics team of athletes set to compete in the upcoming Special World Games in Germany this month briefed the media on Friday about their level of preparedness. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. If you are just tuning in, this is QTV News with me, Julden Jai. And now a high-level powered delegation from Sierra Leone, which is in the Gambia, to witness the historic launch of the country's first and only 5G network by Councilors Gambia, has praised the Gambian entrepreneur Mohamed Jah, chairman of the Q Group, for contributing to the advancement of the sub-region through his huge investments. Aliou Cisse tells us more.
The delegation, which includes officials of Sierra Leone's Ministry of Information, Communication and Technology, the National Telecommunication Commission, and Councilors Sierra Leone, visited a few of the many companies under the Q Group of companies: Espas Motors, the Council head office along Kairaba Avenue, QTV, the country's first private television station, Q Radio, and Ajib Bank, the only Islamic bank in the Gambia. The delegation also met the Gambia's Minister of Communication and Digital Economy and the Director General of Pura. With the slogan, "We lead, others follow," QCell is a Gambian-owned telecommunications company that began operations in 2009 and was the first to launch 3G and 4G mobile internet service in the country. Again, it is the first to have launched 5G network in the Gambia, second after Nigeria in West Africa, and fourth in Africa. QCell, which provides nationwide coverage and constantly upgrading and expanding its network, is now operating in Sierra Leone. The chairman of the Q Group, Mohamed Jah, has long existing ties with Sierra Leone, not just as a former student of Furebe College at Sierra Leone, the oldest Western-style university in sub-Saharan Africa, but for his multi-million-dollar investment in Sierra Leone through QCell Sierra Leone. In 2017, QCell Gambia, a telecommunications operator, set out to expand to Sierra Leone to introduce some healthy competition in the same sector.
I just want to assure you that we are not in Sierra Leone just to make money. No, we are coming there to do our quota. You know, we studied there, we got the knowledge to be where we are, but we want to come and contribute to the development of Sierra Leone.
Many observers and players in Sierra Leone's mobile business market did not believe QCell stood a chance in what was a market dominated by two major players. But in less than 6 years of operation in Sierra Leone, QCell Sierra Leone is now one of the biggest GSM competitors in Sierra Leone. With the philosophy QCell Salon Pride, the telecommunications giant is the only African-owned operator in Sierra Leone at the moment. Tamba Joanna, Permanent Secretary with Sierra Leone's Ministry of ICT, and Joseph Blell, Chairman of the Sierra Leone's National Telecommunication Commission, respectively, on behalf of the delegation, said they were proud of and inspired by the huge investment by Mohamed Jah as they praise him for expanding to Sierra Leone. They promised to give all the needed support for further investment in Sierra Leone as they look forward to the 5G network in Sierra Leone.
We are looking forward to especially the 5G to be replicated in Freetown. Of course, the buses, I think DG himself was impressed looking at the buses, going in, seeing the facilities. We hope that will come soon.
So on behalf of NATCA, I really want to say a very big thank you, and we look forward to your coming. You're already there, but coming with the 5G.
Usman Ba, the Gambia's Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Yusufa Job, Director General of Pura, and Echetu Jawara, Managing Director of Ajib Bank, respectively, we are delighted to receive the delegation and promise future collaboration and investment for the mutual benefits of the two countries.
Now, we know as a government, we cannot do it alone. And this is why it is so important today we acknowledge and recognize the great work QCell and a team have delivered for this country.
Ja is hailed by many for his incredible success stories, from a humble beginning to becoming the highest private employer and one of the biggest taxpayers in the Gambia. The delegation was hosted to a lunch organized by Chairman Ja in Fajara. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliu Sise.
And now the new chairman of the Kerewan Area Council and his councillors were sworn in on Thursday to take up their new positions at the Kerewan Area Council in the North Bank region. Don Williams was there, and this is his report.
It was a colorful ceremony attended by government officials, party militants, district chiefs, security service chiefs, and youth groups from across the region. For Chairman Papa Tunkara, the newly elected chairman of Kerewan Area Council, this is a significant milestone in his political career. He called on all to reconcile and work together for the benefit of the region. Now the electoral cycle is over.
And I definitely want us to work constructively towards the reconciliation of this region and also to develop our own region. Let's work constructively towards the national reconciliation and the reconciliation of democracy in this region. I call my colleagues that I promise you that council money should be seriously implemented to put their plan ideas into action. And I promise you that council money will make sure it is put into use, inshallah.
After all the councillors are taking their oath, David Gomez, Director of Governance at the Ministry of Local Government and Lands, urged the new chairman and his team to put political differences aside and focus on the development of the North Bank region.
I admonish you, the chairman, and your councillors to always remember that as you step in the shores of Kerewan Area Council, put your political parties aside. The focus now should be devoted to development of North Bank region. That is the assignment, that is the task that the electorate of North Bank region has assigned you.
The governor of the region, Lamin Sedikan, reminded the public that elections should not divide them.
My people of North Bank, the election was a hard-fought battle between all the parties for the local council election. However, only one person can win in a pool. So congratulations to all those who are victorious and hard luck to those who didn't make it. But remember, we are one Gambia, one people. Politics should not divide us.
Governor Sedikan called on the new chairman and councillors to work together for the interests of their people and the country.
The election battle is now over. What we need from the new administration is a teamwork and close collaboration amongst yourselves. I therefore urge all the councils and the chairman to work together as a team and put aside our political and personal differences. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot achieve anything without unity.
The event was enlivened by drumming, singing, and dancing. Don Williams, QTV News, Kerewan.
Congratulations to all the elected officials. Now, the National Nutrition Agency, NANA, recently organized a 2-day training in the Upper River region for the Social Safety Net Project Steering Committee under the NAFA program. Alaji A.F. Jallo tells us more.
Training was followed by a field visit with the World Bank representative to the Central River Region South to get first-hand information on how the NAFA cash transfer program is being implemented and its impact on the beneficiaries. At the opening ceremony, the Permanent Secretary at the Office of the Vice President, Kodu L. Jaban Senghor gave assurance of her office's continued collaborations and support to improve the quality of life of the most vulnerable groups in the Gambia.
Through the social protection programs, the government and its partners will be able to mitigate the risks that face individuals and communities, support the vulnerable, and provide families with resources to secure basic needs during emergencies and at times of economic difficulties.
Dr. Ahmad Bah, the executive director of NANA and project manager, said the project is on track to meet their targets as indicated in the SDGs.
It will be very difficult to beat a project that NANA and the Ministry of Health implemented, and by the end of the project, when it was evaluated, it was considered satisfactory. But when it was subjected to peer review by the bank and the peer reviewers decided that that should be upgraded to highly satisfactory.
During the field visit to the Central River region, Usman Bah, the governor of CRR, and Christabel Datzi, a senior protection specialist at the World Bank, were impressed by what they saw.
It has not only gone to give them something to take back home, but it has also engaged them, trained them, share with them, good practices.
It's one thing putting things on paper, is another thing being able to confirm that the people you are working for are actually benefiting. And so, as you saw at the beginning, you had women who took over the social behavioral change discussions. Women from the community who understood once they saw the drawings of the different topic areas, they themselves took the discussion on and started talking about why gender-based violence was wrong, why mothers needed to be a part of the solution for female genital mutilation, why children shouldn't get married early. And that's just amazing because it means half of your work is already done.
Beneficiaries of the NAFA program, Fatou Boy from Bayan and Jarai Sane from Brikamanding, all praised the program for lifting their social and economic status.
The
program has empowered me a lot. My economic status before now is very different. There is a big improvement. Since the start of the program, I gained knowledge and other benefits. The knowledge and skills we acquired from the program are good. The NAFA program component of the project is piloted in 3 districts, Fonyi Binta, Nyanija, and Woodley, and subsequently rolled out to the remaining 17 districts. A bi-monthly cash transfer of $3,000 is provided to about 17,000 extremely poor households for 18 months. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alaji A.F. Jallo.
Another report by Alaji A.F. Jallo will take us to a short commercial break. When we return, we have some more local, international, as well as sports news stories. Do stay tuned.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyapus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years.
With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is KOTV News with me, Julden Jai. Now, the United Nations Capital Development Fund, UNCDF, and partners held the closing ceremony on Thursday of a 4-year project on skills, jobs and finance for women and youths that will phase out by the end of June this year. Loli M. Camara attended, and this is her report.
The Jobs, Skills and Finance for Women and Youth in the Gambia JSF program is a 4-year project implemented by the United Nations Capital Development Fund UNCDF with funding from the European Union in collaboration with the International Trade Center and other partners. According to testimonies from both officials and beneficiaries, the project has created many life-changing opportunities for people in rural Gambia. According to Nyanya Dabo, the country relationship manager for UNCDF, the UN Capital Development Fund is the UN's flagship Catholic financing entity for the world's 46 least developed countries. The project invested and contributed to stabilizing the economic situation of the country during the country's democratic transition, with a special focus on social inclusion and the employment of youth and women. Madam Dabo also outlined the project's impact since its inception.
We worked with 32 wards in 4 regions. We were able to create over 6,000 green jobs. The communities were able to do 93 projects in this time frame. Most of them were boreholes, women gardens, culverts, poultry farms, tree nurseries. We also were able to develop a climate risk assessment report. We also developed a web-based local information system on adaptation.
Over 100 participants, including beneficiaries of the project from North Bank, Lower River and Central River, North and South, attended the occasion. With more than 110 million euros in EU-supported programs currently being run by UNCDF, the European Union is one of the UNCDF's main strategic development partners. Stephanie Merth, the EU representative, highlighted some of their expected future areas of intervention.
To learn from experience, you know that we have already worked a lot with ITC, for example, in the field of tourism and creative industry. And we will continue. We are definitely convinced that there is more than a tourism season in the Gambia and that there is more than laying on a beach. We will also invest in what we call, it's a bit trendy, food systems in the Gambia.
Fatou Jiba from the Department of Community Development under the Local Government Ministry spoke about the achievements registered during the past 4 years of the project.
The wards development committees, with the technical support from UNCDF and my department, have implemented a series of life-changing interventions ranging from solar-powered integrated vegetable gardens and animal husbandry schemes, solar-powered borehole reticulation system for domestic use, household and street lighting systems, culvert, skill centers, among others.
Representative from the Ministries of Finance, Environment and the Ministry of Gender Children and Social Welfare, respectively, renewed the government's interest to work with partners such as UNCDF for a continuation of the project. Yusufa Keita from the International Trade Center did the vote of thanks. In addition, homegrown vegetables and other items from the project's beneficiaries were on display. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
That report by Lolly M. Kamara will take us to news beyond our borders in just a moment. A group of second-hand clothes dealers from Ghana are calling on Europe to take a stance against vast dumping of textiles in their country, which the group says is causing what it's described as environmental catastrophe. Aliusi say again.
Visited Brussels, which hosts the headquarters of the European Union, to lobby for the Europe-wide legislation to compel the fashion industry to stop dumping textile in the West African nation. The traders from Kantamanto in Accra, one of the world's largest second-hand clothing markets, met Alice Bah Kunke, a member of European Parliament with Sweden's Green Party, environmental organizations and representatives from the European Commission and the European Environment Bureau. They proposed the extended producer responsibility regulation to ensure Ghana receives funds towards managing the 100 tons of clothing discarded at the market every day. Producers are obliged under the EPR regulation to contribute to the disposal of waste generated by their products. The Guardian, a UK daily newspaper, reports that France is currently the only country in Europe with an EPR that covers the textile industry. According to critics, the policy does little for countries such as Ghana because the fees paid by clothing producers are low at just 0.060 for each item. Kantamanto, which emerged in the 1960s out of a colonial-era mindset that pushed Ghanaians to adopt Western clothing, now covers about 7 hectares of land, handling about 15 million garments a week and providing work for about 30,000 people. According to a report by The Guardian, about 40% of the textiles that arrived in Kantamanto are discarded as waste. One factor for this is the growth in fast fashion and the drop in quality of second-hand clothes. Solomon Noy, Director of Waste Management for Accra Metropolitan Assembly, said it is impossible for the city to cope with the volume of market waste, citing that between 2010 and 2020, 10 legal rubbish dumps in the city were closed after reaching capacity. Today, authorities transport waste from the market to Adapa dump 30 miles, which is 50 kilometers north of Kantamanto, but they can only handle about 30% of the total clothing waste, and the remaining 70% end up in ditches and drains, leaching dyes into the river and sea, and covering beaches with vast tangles of clothing, he was quoted as saying by The Guardian. According to the UN Statistics Division, millions of tons of used garments reach African continent. In the past, countries such as Rwanda, Uganda and Tanzania have tried to stop imports of second-hand clothes. Reporting for QTV News, I am Alu Sise.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we got time for, but join us tomorrow for the news in review with Ade Drame and Momo Dumboj. Many thanks indeed for the pleasure of your company, and do have a lovely night. Bye-bye.